Hello everyone and welcome back to the Postgrad Diaries, where I'll be taking you along my journey studying my master's degree at Cardiff Met, showing you what my life as a postgrad student is like and everything you need to know. Good afternoon everyone. If you're new here, I'm Holly. Welcome back to the Postgrad Diaries. I'm a master's student at Cardiff Met, studying digital marketing, and I'm vlogging my journey. Today we've got a seminar on the menu. That is what's going on. It's currently like 2 o'clock and I need to leave, so I've had a busy morning, running errands, went on a walk, all of that. So now is time for the work to commence. My seminar is 3 till 5. And then this evening I'm going to do some work. This is for my social media and digital marketing module. We're doing basically a project on like Transport for Wales. So they're sort of like our client. And this like is the second part of the module. And we're having to do like an influencer campaign for them. So I'll talk more about that later because I feel like the one I'm doing is quite fun and interesting to me. I'm quite excited. So got to do that this evening. But as of right now, I need to head into uni. One thing I love about this seminar is I feel like it's very interactive. My teacher is super nice. And I feel like what we do is really helpful towards our actual assignment, which is always fab. So without further ado, let's go. So I headed onto campus for my social media and influencer marketing module, my seminar for that module. We were doing about the advertising standards agency in this seminar, and we were looking at support for that, like for our assignment, like how that is relevant to our assignment, if that makes sense. So we looked at examples for that in our assignment, and like things like when we make up mock-up posts for our influencer campaigns, things like putting hashtag ad and all of the stuff like that. And then it was time to go home. I just had the most delicious dinner. I made a chicken ramen. It was so good. It really hit the spot. But now, alas, the time has come. I must do some work. I am going to kick my feet up on the sofa, get the laptop out, sit down and lock in. I've had my dinner, my rest and relaxation time. Now it's time to lock in. So I got the laptop out, ready to do some work. I was doing it for my social media and influencer marketing module, and I was having a look at the assignment brief. This one is worth 75% and it's an influencer marketing portfolio. And yeah, I basically was just reading through, starting off on like my sort of draft for this assignment. And basically, to summarize, I have to create an influencer marketing campaign for Transport for Wales and basically act as like the influencer marketing agency and create a campaign for 3 influencers of my choice, pretty much. And we also have to like dissect an existing influencer campaign as part of it. So yeah, I just continued my work on that. So I started the next day off with a trip to the gym in the morning, and then after that we went to Fresh to get some sandwiches. When I tell you these are the best sandwiches in Cardiff, you have to try them. They're absolutely gorgeous. Bringing the vlog into today because I've got uni today, so it felt like a waste not to bring you along as well. Today I've got a lecture and a seminar for my digital consumer behaviour module, which is always a good one. It's a Friday afternoon though, so got that end of week feeling, but just had a matcha. My heart's going pitter patter a bit, but we'll power through. I always enjoy this seminar and this lecture, so it shall be fun. I'm just gonna get out of my gym clothes and stuff and get all ready for uni. So I headed onto campus for my digital consumer behaviour lecture, which was then followed by the seminar, which I always enjoy on a Friday, having them back to back because it keeps everything in your mind nice and fresh. But yeah, we were looking at the social influences of digital consumer behaviour theories, and we were also looking at how brands can like appeal to different people, and we were looking at different generations and like how people like to perceive themselves, how they think others perceive them, and like their behaviours. It was actually really interesting. We had a super fun time, and our seminars for this again are always super interactive with lots of group work, which I always find really fun because it makes the learning more enjoyable and more memorable at the same time. I've just had yet another delicious dinner. It was the same as what I had yesterday. It was so good. My tummy is so full though. But yeah, another great successful day at uni. I really enjoy the digital consumer behaviour module we do. It's almost like a bit psychology-y. Well, yeah, because it's to do with like how people's minds work when it comes to like consumer habits and like all the things like that, like things that build trust in consumers, like how businesses can build trust in their consumers and all the things like that, which I find quite interesting. And it's also interesting like looking at how the businesses use things for consumers. But I feel like we did a little bit of this in like business A level and I did quite enjoy that. So all in all, another successful day. I just feel like I'm having a food coma. I'm so full. I'm feeling quite like excited for next term because all 3 of my modules this term I've really enjoyed and like found like even with like I'd probably say I would probably rank them. No one asked me to rank them. I'm going to rank them for my personal opinion. Is my social media and influencer marketing at the top, then digital consumer behaviour, and then SEO and PPC in search marketing ecosystems. I put that one last just because that one's like almost like the most technical, which like I'm much more of like a creative person, like less technical, if that makes sense. But I've still enjoyed so many elements of it. Yeah, that's how I'd rank them. And yeah, I would say I've enjoyed them all. So I hope that next time I also enjoy all of my modules. Fingers crossed, a girl can hope. I just feel like it's so much easier like to do your work when you're doing something you enjoy, which is why honestly, my preface of picking degrees, my logic is do something you enjoy. So with my undergrad, when I did fashion design, I love making clothes, I love fashion. I did that and don't get me wrong, there were some hard days, there were some difficult days. And do I want to be a fashion designer like in the fashion industry working for a brand? No, not particularly. But I chose it because I knew that there were so many elements of it that I would really enjoy, and I did. And so then when I was like, I want to do my master's and I like social media, I was like, well, let's do digital marketing, because I read through all the things and I was like, so many of these modules sound actually really enjoyable, which, you know, sometimes some people probably say you should pick the things that can give you a good career. I say that's probably true, but I also think pick the things that you enjoy. What do people say? This is so cringe and not necessarily true, but what do people say about if you love your job, you never work a day in your life? I don't necessarily think that's true. I think even if you love your job, you probably still feels like work, at least sometimes. But hey, maybe I've just not got the right job yet. But I don't really have any job yet. Well, I do. I tell a lie, because the job I do now, creating content, I love that, and that doesn't feel like work. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, but I'll see you next time.